1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is real. Say something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm ready.
All right, cool. So, welcome to the NoFormula22 podcast. This is our pilot first episode. Want to shout out our first sponsor.
So excited.
Ovation for Men. It's a black, well, I don't want to say it's a black fragrance, but it's a fragrance created by a black man, Sean Crenshaw. And it smells good. It does.
You gonna spray it on me too?
Oh yeah, you know how I smell. Smell me. Go ahead, smell me.
Yeah.
All right,
it smells really good.
Cool. So shout out to Sean Crenshaw for believing in the vision. And you can find us at NoFormula22 on Instagram. That's pretty much what we have, and all the links are in our bio and stuff like that. Should you keep a gift from your ex? And so on the surface, like, I don't have any issue with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's of like great value and we can sell it or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I had a situation where I had a watch. You know, it's not a Rolex, but it's a nice watch. And it was given to me by a friend of mine that I don't even say a friend, a girl I used to kick it with, whatever. She gave it to me for my birthday. Nice watch. And now this is where communication in the story gets foggy, because all I remember hearing Michelle say was, I heard her say you're not gonna keep the watch.
I did not say that.
In my mind, I'm like, why? I'm gonna keep this watch, not because I need a watch, because I don't even use watches to tell time. I just want something on my wrist. And I was like, yo, the watch costs a little bit of change, so I don't want to just waste it. I mean, you know, we could sell it or something like that.
That's not how the story.
So how does the story go?
So I was in his room and I was looking at the watch, and I was about to compliment him on the watch, and before I can even finish my sentence, he said, "But I'm not getting rid of that watch." So I was taken aback by this, because I'm thinking all this emotion behind that comment. There must be some value, some sentimental value to this watch.
No.
And maybe even the person who gave it to him. So I'm
player.
thinking to myself, well, hey, he may need to go reevaluate what all that's about. Because I was not even going to tell him. And I said that. I wasn't going to tell you to get rid of the watch.
No.
But that's what he assumed.
But she knows I'm a
and
fool.
maybe because that's a typical female response. I don't know, but I keep telling you.
See, but I'm a frugal person, and so I was like, look, I just don't want to like throw away the watch. Like, we could sell it, what have you.
That we didn't have that conversation in that situation. That came later on with further conversation.
So let me ask you this. So, like, you know, you've had like some very minimal things, but some things that you've got from your exes or whatever.
Yes.
Something I ain't tripping off that. You can hold on to. Some things I'm like, nah.
See, there was the hypocrisy comes in.
No.
Some things you say nah, but with you it's like.
But if it has value, to it, I'm like, yo, hold on to that, because we could do something with it or whatever.
T-shirt. Bring up the
but you got
$10, $15 t-shirt that had no value that you like throw it in the trash.
Throw that shit away.
But I was sleeping in these shirts. They mean nothing.
They definitely had to go.
So my response to you was what? Sure. Took it right off, put it in the
did.
trash. Easy peasy. I had to get this long dialogue about why you needed to keep the watch. It's my only watch. I don't have another watch. Don't want to pay for another watch.
So to her credit, over the Christmas break, she bossed up and got me not only a dope watch, but two dope watches. And that other watch has since been retired. So it's sitting in the closet, because I'm probably going to start like a little watch collection or something like that.
Fine. I didn't say to get rid of it.
But if she had it, she said, like, let's sell it or something, I would have sold it. But so the question is, and it's probably for like, you know, anybody that's been in a relationship of significance at one point in time, like, what do you keep from your ex? What don't you keep from your ex? Like,
right.
I told her if she had a house in Prague that somebody bought her shoe, we hold on to that. Like, I'm not selling that.
It can generate money.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
little raggedy watch.
see how she throws salt in the watch. See, wow, that's a typical Michelle. But that's why I rock. That's why I rock with you though. That's why I rock with you. Like, you know, it's like you caught all my exes ugly before. Not all of them. Like,
why would you say that? I even said it about one of them. What's wrong with you? Listen. The thing about the exes and the gifts, right? Really, just have a conversation with your partner. If it bothers them that much, get rid of it. Especially if you're done with that relationship, done with that person, it was negative. You don't need to hold on to those things.
Right.
Just materialistic things anyway. What if you lost it? You wouldn't replace it just because you lost it. So
that's a good point.
Same thing.
That's a great point. So, all right, yes or no? Should you keep things from your ex, or is it on a need on the basis on
It's
the needs case by case basis. Okay,
basis. I think
absolutely.
so. But if they show you for whatever reason that they don't like the fact that you're still holding on to this and you're showing any kind of sentiment with it, it's cause for concern.
Okay, let me flip this. What if I had an ex and she had a chinchilla mink coat or something, or whatever it is?
Sell that thing.
Yeah,
okay?
no. But what if it fits you? You gonna wear it?
Nah, I don't do that. I don't do that.
I'm about to say, 'cause some people might be like,
I am not wearing nothing that some ex of yours had worn.
I'm just in general, not even just me. I'm just saying in general, like as a woman, or male.
It does matter.
Yeah.
If it's your sister's and she don't want it, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, of course.
But if it's an ex, nah.
Yeah, we definitely selling that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Your relationship is a merger and acquisition. It's probably one of the biggest mergers or acquisitions, or both, that you'll have in your life. And relationships, regardless of what you say, are a business. You're merging, personal, even your businesses. I mean, you might not run them together per se, but your household is a business. Your children are a business. And so we have this thing where we have a grading system that we put in place, similar to like what you would do at a job. You have your weekly updates, weekly accountability calls, and things of that nature. So there's a board back there that's already been written on. Can you get the board? Because the board, I just gotta. Yeah, I can't. But just show the people the board. We'll show the people the board, because it was very correct. We got a chalkboard. I thought it was a chalkboard that we could erase.
It is a chalkboard you have to use. It's a markered chalkboard that you have to use soap and water to get off.
So you see, we already have some grades. So for like communication, what I gave you, what?
You gave me an A.
I gave you an A. Okay.
I gave you an A-,
which is bogus. Okay.
Let me write these for improvement.
And then the other grade was for, what was it for?
We did one for listening.
Oh, listening. So I gave her actually an A to A+ for listening. You gave me what? And this is the totality of our relationship.
An A.
Yeah, we do it week to week, but because you guys are just starting off with us, we want to just say this is the totality of our relationship. So I'll take an A, because I know coming into this relationship, me becoming a better listener was one of the main pillars of things that I want to work on. So to get an A is dope, because that means I'm growing. But the other part I think also has to do with just our relationship and how we've handled each other for 2+ decades, and just kind of the organicness, or that we is that a word? I'll be making up words, but just the organic way in which we've always kind of just gone about things. So, but even still, that's definitely one of the things I want to improve on. And you talk about retention. It's one thing to be a good listener, but then
you have to retain.
Hey, look, we be going back and forth.
Record right here.
Nah, whatever. We go back and forth, because I'm like, I know you didn't say that. So I'm about to start like documenting.
Do it.
Yeah,
no, record it.
I want we need some transcript. No, you ditto.
Paxton Arnold.
See,
has
you can't.
Wow. And it's always in his favor.
Wow. No.
I am like a human recorder over here.
No, see what? Okay. But all right, so that gets us into the other thing, which is one of the things that we're good at, and I'm really happy and we take pride in, is that of course we don't always agree on anything, or a lot of things, to be quite frank with you. And even when we have our issues or serious issues, we generally within 12 hours to 24 hours, generally 12, find a common solution for what that is. And that doesn't always mean that I'm right or you're right. It's just like, look, even though you're always right, babe.
Thank you.
I have learned. Like I said, my dad been married for almost 50 years, and he says mommy's always right, so mama's always right. You can't argue against a black woman, no way. Black women always win. So we do a really good job of that, and we have issues. Like mostly your issues, because I'm really good. But no, I mean, but we have a good system, and that kind of just goes back into us running things like it's a business. Right. It's the first time I've approached a relationship, and what's coming soon ever. I never looked at it like that. Just like we always talked about, the first thing we said to make this work was we had to put what first?
God first.
We had to put God first, and so that's integral to. Because we've never done that, and that's kind of crazy. Like we are very spiritual people individually, and.
But it's the collective. When you're in a relationship, it needs to be collective. It can't be individual.
Yeah, and I never thought to do that. Right. I never thought to do that in any of my past relationships. Neither did the person or the people I was with. Neither did they.
Right.
And I guess that just, you can't force that. Like I don't think you want to build a godly relationship or foundation with anybody. And so sometimes I guess it takes 1 to 2, or more people, to figure that out. And so, thank goodness, thank God we are, still young enough to recoup from our, maybe our failures or whatever you want to say, call of it. We still here. How do you cope with loss?
That's an individual journey, so that's very hard to answer. I mean, I can share what I've done or what I may know that others have done, and it's a very personal journey too. Some people, they pick up vices. It could be shopping, it could be serial dating, it could be spending a whole lot of money.
Let me tell you, she be shopping. It was an Amazon, it was a UPS truck just coming in the thing. I was like, oh man, it came earlier though.
Listen,
man, she is a oh my goodness, it's ridiculous.
Alcohol, it really could be a gamut of things, and that just depends on the individual. And some people get caught up in church. Some people, become hermits. It just really
hermit. What is that?
Well, you just closed off to yourself.
Oh, hermits. I'm like, I like to talking about Hermes belt or something.
No.
Like, what is?
I think when you're going through the journey of loss, you tend to make a lot of mistakes, so you don't know exactly what to do anymore. You really lose yourself. You lose your way of thinking and being because of whatever that loss was and how magnificent it was for you. You've lost a piece of yourself in that loss. So you really find it hard to get back centered. And there are a variety of ways to do that. Definitely internally, and that comes with time. Nobody can tell you when you need to, quote unquote, be over your loss. And I think loss really, for, if not everybody, is a lifelong journey, right? So internally, you have to find your place through that.
So let me ask you this. One of the things that you and I, we talk about a lot, and we deal with a lot as far as like, how do I support you?
Right.
I've lost people before, but not to the extent of what you've gone through. Obviously, which is a blessing, right?
It is.
Thankful for the favor that I've been shown to this point. So I often feel helpless because I've been protective of you since 1998. Like we've always been very protective of each other, and so I try to figure out ways. Can I absorb this pain? Can I absorb, like, what can I do? Like, I mean, I do silly shit. Like, sometimes I'm just like, can I make her laugh? And sometimes it works, and sometimes it's like.
So talking about laughing. So after my mom and my husband Napoleon passed, I didn't laugh for 6 months, literally, at nothing. And my friends were making me laugh, jokes. I started watching the Martin series, and I would watch it when I got ready for work. When I came home, that would be the only thing I watched. And that's when I started to laugh again. So that's something external that provoked that. But yeah, you can try so many different things, and it just depends on the day and how that person's feeling, what could work. And the longevity of that, you can't determine. Yeah. So you can't get upset with people. Either you're going to go for this ride or you're not.
Yeah.
Really.
No, it's real. I mean, that has been a challenge for me, because it's obviously something that's prevalent with you, and so now it becomes prevalent with us, and it's just like, how do you handle, like, there'll be weeks where we might be good, then there'll be days where you won't be good for whatever reason. There'll be a trigger or whatever it is, and sometimes I've learned, as far as supporting you, it's just best to just be there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Present.
Like,
you don't have to talk. You don't have to hug all the time. You don't have to overextend yourself, because when you're going through loss, you feel lonely. So having somebody just be present is very, very important. And I think what people fail to do sometimes is just ask what the person needs. You may think you know, but everybody's different. Ask. Most of the time when you ask, what do I say? Nothing. I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I internalize my loss a lot, and I don't want how I'm feeling to be projected onto somebody else.
Right.
And just sit there, just be there, just be in the room.
So how do you, because, it's funny, I, talking to my daughter last year about, like, high school boys and stuff like that, and we were joking, but it was real. She was like, the guys are more insecure than us because blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I like men inherently are way more insecure than women for a myriad of reasons. So like with my insecurities, like how do you, as a woman, as my best friend, as my better half, like how do you handle that, like, because men, we have egos.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think I have an ego.
Yes, you do.
Nah, I don't have it.
I
believe I'm probably the most humble people that you know.
You have an ego.
I don't have an ego.
All men have an ego.
So with my very minuscule ego, how do you handle that in a way where you don't break me down, but you're honest with me, but also build me up, if that makes sense?
I think it's not just what you say, but how you say it that's important.
Yeah.
You have to come with love, encouragement, support.
Most of the time.
Right. Even if you're trying to, put a fire under someone.
She's a hazer.
Anyways, and sometimes it's a hug that goes along with it, but it's the reassurance that, I'm here and I'm here to help you through this. I'm not going to let you fall. When you're dragging, I'm going to let you know, but I'm going to pick you up and we're going to go through this together. So you want people to walk away from you anytime they experience you in a better mood than when they came. That should be the goal. Right. How you do that just really depends on the situation. But I think when you talk about a man's insecurities, that can be challenging for a lot of women because we sometimes think that men need to come correct and come ready and come, free of issues that we think are considered to be female issues. But men have them just as much as we do. But I think it's the reassurance and knowing that they're going to be loved regardless, right. As you help them through.
Yeah. So I just want to shout out to, if you guys notice, you can see like we have this whole podcast room that we created in the house is like a reflection of us. So you have our awards. You got our AKQ stuff. That's my dad's frat sweater that he wore like in 1967. You got the AK boxing gloves, all that stuff. Just stuff that's just cool. Books that we've read or need to read. And, Love Jones poster, Juice poster. We probably should have had New Jack City poster because that's her favorite movie. But I had ordered that already. But, it's just, kind of a collection of who we are. Like, if we shared a dorm room together, this is kind of how it would look, I guess. I don't know if it would be as nice. But because it would be. I'd make sure it's clean. But we just it's just kind of just who we are. Like we took a piece of the house and just made it into this podcast room. This is our first little venture, so I'm sure it's probably a little rough and playing with the lighting and audio and sound and things of that nature. But we created this because we really wanted to help people. We really wanted to inspire, educate, and entertain people. Right. Neither one of us are relationship experts, but we have stories. Yes. And per the post that we talked about earlier, we understood that we have and had an opportunity to really help people and inspire people and give people hope. We've both experienced things in relationships and marriages that were not good, and especially as a male, it's always weird to acknowledge that because most men don't acknowledge that they've been in bad relationships or they've been in relationships that maybe involved abuse, not maybe physical abuse, but there's other kinds of abuse, emotional and so forth. So, there's always a way back. And, that's why we talk about like God and God's mercy and God's favor, and putting God first and just not giving up hope. And like so many people have DM'd us and or commented to us like, through seeing that initial post and just watching us, like we're not trying to be IG famous or anything like that. It's just like we just know we have a story to tell, and I believe hopefully we're good at it, and hopefully we can inspire people. So that's why we created this No Formula podcast, because literally like there is no formula to this, Mike. What makes us work is not, it would not make anybody else work. But that is the beauty of life, finding your own. But
you can take bits and pieces.
Without a doubt.
The purpose of what we're doing is to share our story, what we've been through, how we've handled things, the ups and the downs, and you can take some pieces of it and apply it to your own. But with life, you have to create your life, and sometimes we're going to fail at that, but we get back up and we try again. But it is our hope that we're able to share some things, some insights of some real experiences that you can,
take away.
Yeah, because sometimes you see the celebrities and everything looks great and it's glamorous, but that's not real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We're just like y'all.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so hopefully like you guys will can support us and go along with us on this journey. In some of the podcast episodes that we have coming up next, like we definitely will interview other couples. They're just doing other dope stuff, other things that not only stuff we can learn, but but we can also share those stories with you all, and we'll put all the subscription information at the bottom. We'll scroll across and post production and all that other stuff. But yeah, like we just thankful.
Tell them where they can find us on IG.
Oh yeah, so you can find us at NoFormula22. So that is on IG as well, and that's just No Formula. So NoFormula 22. Just to signify the 22 years, 22 plus now, going on 23 years that we've been in each other's lives. And now, finally for the first time, like, starting, last year, like we actually have been able to be in an official relationship, and, instead of like edit out, which is a whole other story. But, we just hope that, you guys have enjoyed this, and, we're here to help. We want to help people. We just want to show people what's possible through our actions. Like I said, we're not experts or anything like that, but
and we're gonna make you laugh along the way too.
Yes, because she's very, very immature.
It's funny.
She's very immature. I'm the mature one in a relationship, and she's
not
very.
So. But okay.
Let her get on some of that sauce though, that vodka.
Excuse me.
I'm joking, or am I?
Yeah.
And but
we'll
yeah,
talk about that once we get some liquor sponsorship.
Yeah, I know, right? Good job. But yeah, so I mean, we're gonna cover the gamut of everything that we think about, everything that we want to know, that we're a part of.
And it may not always just be about love either.
Nah.
We got more going on.
Yeah, we're trying to build businesses and investments and stuff. I mean, the cool thing is I've never been in a relationship where I've had that, and it's no shade to anybody else. It's just we just are who we are together, and so that's really dope. That's really fun, and from blended families to just everything. I mean, all these things we're dealing with right now, and learning how to
fitness.
Oh yeah,
hobbies,
fitness.
food.
Yeah, like she be tripping, but I'm technically her trainer, but she's the worst. She's the worst client.
Trainer.
Nah, I mean,
talking to me all crazy.
Nah, it's just like, come on, get tight. Like we ain't got time.
On the other side of the door.
Okay. Anyway.
Hush.
Anyway. Boy. But anyway, so thank y'all. We appreciate it. And this is NoFormula22 Pilot episode podcast. All right. Shalom. We out.
Peace.